We're getting copper in Minecraft, and it is literally everywhere, but there are only a few ways to actually use it. So I decided to change that by making copper the best it can be with a copper update. Let me show you what I did. 80% of the people watching this video are not currently subscribed, and that means that you could very well be one of them. So if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. It would really help my channel out. Alright, back to the video. Alright, my friends, you know what time it is. It is time to find some copper. Oh no, okay, well, alright, so this is copper. We have officially discovered copper in Minecraft, and you want to know why? It's because it is very easy to find in a Minecraft 1.17 world. Already, we have obtained 2 different veins, and there's actually even more over here, and it kind of makes you wonder, what all can you craft with copper since it's so available? Okay, come here, you little dude. Not a problem. So let's see. You can basically take copper ingots to create a load of different copper blocks, making it great for building. But what about other uses? Well, first and foremost, we've got a lightning rod, and also we've got, of course, a spyglass. Don't get me wrong, these are both awesome uses. Sure, you could tap into the power of lightning in your Minecraft world, and you could spy on weird salmon that are doing a dance in unison. But is that enough? I've got a couple of ideas that could definitely make copper even better. Let's start with a new item called a copper wrench. Now, I actually showed this off in a recent video all about adding magnets to Minecraft, but I wasn't able to give it a proper spotlight. So let me demonstrate how exactly this would work. As you can see, this allows you to essentially rotate blocks, which as a builder, I could see this as being incredibly handy. I mean, how many times have you accidentally placed something in the wrong direction? If you're watching this video and you are into redstone, then chances are you know exactly why this would come in handy, especially for blocks like the observer, where you could easily rotate it around. How amazing is this? I could definitely see how this could come in handy. But it's not infinite. If you've noticed, I'm actually using durability as I rotate. Just like flint and steel, as you use it, it will eventually break, meaning you will need copper to replenish your copper wrench. I mean, come on, this is amazing, but it doesn't stop there. Okay, back to the caves, but for this one, maybe we take some precautions. Depending on how you look at it, copper, I mean, it's a new ore in the game, so it's not surprising that a lot of people would expect it to be able to be used to create tools and armor, but of course, as you know, it cannot be used that way. Which is kind of a shame. I mean, when you think about it, we've already got plenty of semi-useless ores, gold being one of them, of course copper now kind of being that way, depending on how you look at it. But I've got an idea that could take both of these and turn them into something fantastic. Okay, before we continue, let's take note of the golden pickaxe, which as you know is incredibly fast. In fact, it's the fastest pickaxe in the game. However, the durability is not so great. So for that reason, a lot of people never even craft golden tools. But my idea allows us to do so with copper so that both of them become very useful. Alright, for this idea, imagine that you can take all of the golden armor and golden tools and combine them with copper ingots in the early game to produce something better than iron, but not quite as good as diamond. And for this example, we're going to need a smithing table, which, as you can see, I managed to have one right here. Totally didn't place this. As you can see, we can basically combine gold with copper ingots to create none other than rose gold armor. Now, this is actually scientifically correct. If you combine copper and gold, you get rose gold. Now, in this case, it takes on the properties of essentially iron and gold, meaning you get the durability of iron, but the strength of copper, meaning you can get faster pickaxes before actually getting to diamond. Now, of course, this still means that there's still a reason to go get diamond. I mean, it's definitely going to be more durable in the long run, but the idea of mining up large areas with the rose gold pickaxe, I mean, honestly, it's amazing. Just watch this. But first, let's suit up in style. Looking fantastic. Just for comparison, I've got an iron pickaxe and a rose gold pickaxe. Now, if we use the iron, you can see it's generally a good speed. I mean, anyone who plays survival Minecraft is definitely familiar with the speed of an iron pickaxe. By the way, yes, Green Lantern, a little bit more on that momentarily. But as you can see, if we switch over to the rose gold pickaxe, it's actually a lot faster, and it's definitely something that would come in handy in the early game of Minecraft, if that made any sense at all. And of course, if you enchant it, it even goes further beyond. This actually gives good strategy because it's essentially faster than diamond while not being nearly as durable. So depending on what you're wanting to do, whether it be have a pickaxe that lasts a long time throughout all of your survival adventures, or just simply mine out a large area, there's gonna be different pickaxes that are better depending on what you're doing. And perhaps one of my favorite reasons this idea is amazing is the fact that it adds more to the smithing table in the early game of Minecraft, teaching you all about it before you ever get your hands on netherite. Not to mention, the armor is looking pretty snazzy if I do say so myself. And before we move on, depending on how you look at it, this would be the progressional chain of rose gold armor. It would basically be right after golden chest plates, requiring gold to even craft it. So it actually gives you a reason to go through all of the different sets of armor until, of course, you can get diamond, and then, of course, after that, netherite. This next idea is actually really cool, and you could kind of consider it a bit of a chemistry lesson, even though I'm definitely no chemistry teacher. So, if you combine copper and fire, you get green fire. But it actually gets really cool. Let me explain why this works. Okay, for the sake of adding some danger to the video, let's put the crafting table there. So for this particular idea, I've added copper nuggets. And whenever you combine that with gunpowder, you actually get copper sulfate, which is a chemical that actually does produce green fire. So yes, of course, green fire is cool, but it actually continues to go further, and they actually have functionality. So to give you an example, we can actually create various different copper sulfate items. So for example, I've got copper sulfate torches, which of course, as you guessed, makes copper sulfate lanterns, which I did show earlier, and I gotta figure out how to do it, but I'm pretty sure we could also create a copper sulfate campfire, which is definitely really cool. And I mean, these blocks look awesome. Green is definitely something I would love to see as far as lighting goes, but it actually has functionality. Hey, who turned off the lights in here? As you can see, I have found a dungeon, and I totally found it legitimately and not through spectator mode, but that's okay, that's besides the point. So as you can see here, I found a dungeon, and as you know, if you light up a dungeon, mobs don't spawn. Well, that's where the copper sulfate lighting would come in. This is the first of a new kind of lighting that I think would be really cool for Minecraft, where essentially it doesn't actually stop mobs from spawning. In fact, mobs love green lighting. Creepers, you could say, would even be attracted to it. This would be very useful for mob farms, where you want to still be able to see, but not keep mobs from spawning. By the way, what is going on here? This is kind of weird. Not to mention, in the setting of a stronghold, it actually looks really nice. So in the context of building, green lighting would be very cool. Plus, the functionality would still allow mobs to spawn, so it would be just as dangerous with a little bit of style. I definitely would not complain. Not to mention, why aren't vines and cobwebs part of the stronghold yet? Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So there you have it for my idea. Will this ever end? There we go. Sorry about that. So there we have it for my ideas on copper. Don't get me wrong, copper is great, and I'm incredibly grateful for the Caves and Cliffs update. But if I were to add anything, these would definitely be the simple changes that I would do, and I really hope that you enjoyed them. This is a bug. Sorry about that. I modded this myself. I'm proud of myself. I finally made something on my own. But still, shout out to my team because they answered a lot of questions I had. But as you can see, the copper wrench, the rose gold tools and armor set, the copper sulfate, it's all really cool and really science friendly, and that is what I love. This is definitely something I would love to see in Minecraft 1.17. Well, would you look at that? You made it to yet again the end of another video, and I very much thank you for watching. If you click to the left, you can watch the video I made about magnets in Minecraft. And to the right, you can watch my video on archaeology and how it will work in Minecraft. But anyways, thank you for watching.